Dice.
Yo, yo, yo. It's that time of year again, y'all. E3. E3. And I'm here with my
Good
boy,
evening, everyone,
my boy,
and
boy.
welcome. And thank you
He's
for
not a
making the
boy,
time tonight
he's a full grown man.
to come to church.
Ron. Don Ron.
This fulfills
So
your
what's
In the
up?
obligation for the
house.
coming Sunday. For those of you who need to know that.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man, Darth Cadus.
But thank you for coming
All
out.
right, yeah, man. So
It's
we
great to
here
see the congregation as large as
just
it is
like
tonight
add some stuff
under this
up.
single tent.
Um
And for those of you who may be a bit
we here
apprehensive
about to
because you
talk
remember that movie
about
Kingsman,
E3, the PlayStation Experience. Let me look at the
it
camera. I'm sorry,
doesn't
but
end that way.
yeah.
It doesn't end that
So
way.
me,
So again, thank
Darth
you.
Nihilus,
And as you can see from
one
this
other members
evening,
from the Sith Clan,
here again at
uh,
PlayStation, we've decided to
Ron, and
mix it
another
up
friend of
a
ours,
little bit
Robert.
in the way that we're
We all
doing our
went to the
E3
E3
presentation this
Experience
year.
here in
You
Raleigh,
know, we look
North
at what the
Carolina.
stories have we
This
tell
time it was
to
over
tell
at the
and
Regal
the things
Theater,
that we want to
right?
impart to our
Yes.
fans here with us and their
Was it Briar
fans
Creek?
on the live feed
Briar
worldwide.
Creek, yeah,
And that
Parkway, yep.
changes our
Yeah,
design
Partway. Oh my!
ideas
It's
of
my
what we're
first time
doing
being
for
at
this year.
that one, but
So
that's one of
tonight,
those.
we're
I
going
think,
to
yeah, matter of
have,
fact, yeah.
rather than
I went to go see
the
a
bombardment
couple
of
movies
new
there. I think I saw
creative,
The
we're going to take
Martian
all of
there,
you
and
on
I've
a
seen
journey deeper
Dope.
into some of the key
But I
Yeah,
think
so
titles
it's
I
that
would,
we've
changed.
talked about before, but
yeah,
we're
it
going to talk
changed
about them in
since
a
then,
different
yeah.
way
But now it's got
tonight,
like the
a
reserved
deeper
seating,
way, so you can learn about
leather
what's
seats,
going
the
on in these
motorized,
games and what's coming up
um,
in the future.
Recliner.
You know, what we're doing
recline.
Nice.
here
Yeah.
at Worldwide
So
Studios with
yeah,
Inside
so it was different
Cinematic
from last
Entertainment,
year.
we
So
really
this was
want
how,
to
but
take
last
our
year, I
love
mean,
for
was
gaming
hold on, we gotta
and make
start
it
talking about
sing and make
with
it sing
last
very
year.
loudly.
Last year was
It's a gaming industry at some
the
times
energy in
full,
the
but
room was
certainly
pretty
inside
crazy, and
our
there's
studios,
so much
we see
time to
gaming
kill
as a
because the
vocation.
whole pregame part
It's a
before the
calling.
actual
It's what we do. It's what we
uh
have to do. Our teams of
showcase.
creatives and studios and designers,
Right.
they have
So
stories to
everybody in
tell
there's like
and
riled
things they
up
want
and
to show
wild.
you and
I
places
think
they want
because
to take
this
you.
time it was all
That's what
fancy
we're
this
trying to do
time.
here at
You know,
PlayStation.
that
Yeah,
This
the
coming
energy
year
was
is going to
different,
be all
definitely.
about
I think too.
first-party
I think
games that we can deliver to you
because the
in a way that's going to
videos
blow your mind.
or what they showed at the
And tonight,
games
we're beginning
was so
here
much more
in
intense.
this
They
tent,
didn't show like a lot of
this church tent
happy
we've created
go
here
lucky stuff
in
really.
Los
A lot of
Angeles
it was
to
really
let you start
intense.
that journey with
You know,
us
you got
and let us tell
zombies
you
and
our stories
no, not
for the
any
next
zombies,
hour or
but
so.
you had Ellie
So,
doing all that
without further
killing
ado,
and
it
Yeah.
is my
The
great
Last
honor
of Us,
and my unique
uh,
privilege
Ghost of
to invite to the
Tsushima, or whatever.
stage
I
and
keep
introduce
saying
to
it
you
wrong.
But like you
Gustavo
said, they'd
Santaolalla.
actually started out, heavy hit in this first portion.
Yeah.
Last year was like, they kind of built up into that point, but we just started out running, at the beginning of this onset.
And this was one of the free things they gave us right here for being there. But it's the game that we're talking about right here.
Ghost, yeah.
And yeah, it's hefty. Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima, and I think it's a real life story. I think yeah,
Ohio Bazinus.
it was like the last samurai of his clan.
I was born to fight wars
Was it
that no
the
army could win.
1200s or
Those years
1500s? I can't remember
It
which
was
one it
the
was.
Mongol
were filled
invasion. So
Mongol invasion, so I don't know his time
I
codes,
want to
but
say
but the
maybe it was.
rules have changed.
Now I'm about to go
Everything
back and look up
changed.
our history, but
yeah,
I thought it was
I knew the war
10. It could be,
was
but I
ready
don't
for it.
know.
yeah, we don't know. But we don't know.
We,
Anyway, anyway.
whenever Genghis Khan, right? So we got to brush up on our history.
Yeah, he got his window right here. It's just showing a whole bunch
My dog is in the picture now.
trying to show all this in the backdrop, but I don't know if I can even show all this. Hold on, let me close out real quick on that
Yeah,
YouTube. But
yeah, you're cute.
but yeah, that was really dope. And the other thing they gave us too was so they gave us this, and let me get this right here, the pass too, which was kind of cool. Like it was unnecessary, but it's like a really cool like memento to have. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I'll entertain while you're looking for that. There we go. He's got his pass on. He's looking good.
Oh yeah, we got one from last year too. But yeah, it's one from
Oh,
this
you
year.
got, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Hey, you feel like you're doing something here, like yeah, but
You
interesting.
got the backstage pass.
The shirt I wore.
Yeah, it's sweet.
So I'm trying to relive that night.
I got Iron Man on today, but I wore the Black Panther shirt the other day.
Yeah, and I think they gave us a poster, so which was pretty much the same poster I think from last year, except They just added they changed that to 17 2018 because
Right. Just change the date.
yeah, they wilding for that. Oh, oh man.
Yeah, it was cool though the way they had set it up. It was definitely the content, all the graphics now are just, I mean, it is realer than real life. It's insane.
Oh, really crazy. And almost to the point now you can't even almost tell the difference between a cinematic or a cutscene and actual gameplay.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
so smooth.
fluid now. Like,
Hmm.
yeah. Speaking of graphics, a lot of the atmospheric stuff like fog,
Oh yeah, the mist from the blood.
mist, uh,
Oh man, that was crazy.
um, lighting, atmospheric. Um,
Yeah, the storms that can happen in the
yeah, you the way
environment.
um, and particularly, I think yeah, the two where you see that the best is definitely with the Ghost game and with The Last of Us 2. Like those
Definitely.
games really showed that off really well.
Yeah, I mean, just the sheer, all the foliage, and I mean, just
and
think about it mathematically.
and the lighting looks more uh the way the sun lights everything, it definitely everything comes off more like real, closer to realism. Like you know what I mean? You can tell I think
Yeah,
reflect off everything. Yeah, you can tell like yeah. Um but yeah, that was hype, man. Yeah, because when we went in, they start off with The Last of Us, which was crazy incredible because you get a cinematic and they pieced it together with a second
gameplay.
like
Yep.
and ends off back with this like cinematic, which I don't even know is even in the game or not. I feel like maybe it might have been designed. Hmm, I don't know if that stuff that's actually in the game or not. I don't know if that's, but it probably is.
The cutscene, you mean, or the?
Yeah, but yeah, it's so cleverly cut together though. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I see. Yeah, the way they seamed it together.
or here's something to think about too. What if the actual part of that game is actually like that?
It makes sense. I mean, it was fluid.
Well, yeah, what if it's actually they're dancing and then it goes into the actual gameplay and it goes back. So all of that game actually plays like that. You know,
Yeah,
The-
the transitions are smooth.
yeah, it might actually be like that in the game. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Um, and I think the next video so I guess what's your I guess we can easily say we both have very high expectations of The Last of Us.
Definitely. Yeah, that is going to be a must-have. I think with that and the Spider-Man as well. What do you have? What do you got? Where'd I lose you, man?
Yo, you just said yeah, yeah, and then just I'm seeing you, but you ain't you didn't follow it up with them. So I'm like watching your face, like yeah, yeah. I'm thinking you go add on to that, man. You go,
Elaborate. No, I was talking about how that's a must-have. I said, but yeah, the Last of Us 2 is going to be phenomenal, and I think that with the Ghost coming up, just the environment, like we were talking about before, the graphics are just spectacular.
yeah.
And you got Spider-Man. I mean, in September is going to be hitting. That's going to be
September.
insane.
Okay,
The
so
action.
to move on to the next game, I guess Ghost. So with Ghost, that's going to be really cool, and I think that's an open world game. I believe. Yeah, I think it might be like an open world or a pseudo kind of open world where it's kind of like maybe like The Last of Us or with the Uncharted games. It's a linear game, but I guess kind of gives you the feeling of a bit of an open world somewhat sometimes. So, and I think you know what my prediction is with Ghost is I think that the gameplay for that is going to be pretty hard. I think you know what I mean because when it comes to games, sword games or games that have like
Yeah.
sword fighting
The
stuff.
timing, yeah, you got to hit the timing. And then,
You got to be able to parry, counter,
Mhm.
stuff. So I feel like it's definitely like had that been me playing that demo that they showed, I would definitely had to like probably replay a few portions of that over again,
Yeah,
probably from dying over and over. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's repeat that motion again.
yeah.
My dog's asking to go out, so I'm going to take a quick, and then I'll be right back.
All right, cool, man. I'm just keep talking about the next thing, man. But yeah, while he's doing that, but yeah, man, that Ghost game is going to be really cool. I like the fact that too that it's based off of something, an actual historical history or something. You know what I mean? So, I think that's going to be really cool.
All right, I'm back at it.
And I wonder, like, and then too, you know, I wonder if they're going to do like what, how what Naughty Dog does with their games. I wonder, like, you're gonna see like a lot of like, uh, I think character development type stuff going on. You know what I mean? Not just like you're not just gonna be a character going around just killing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a good plot. It's gonna be
You know, I mean, a storyline
good,
involved. Yeah.
good interaction with characters. Like, and the one they showed was him and that woman. She was trying to get revenge on one of the monks at the temple, whatever. She tried to kill him, and then they start fighting because the samurai guy protects him, right? And then she's like, and he says, no, we can't fight each other. We need to fight the real enemy, which is the Mongols. And so after the little duel at the end, they start going towards the invading army, and that's where that
Right, they rejoined forces again. Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, just that scene alone when they're pairing up, they're getting ready to go to the sword play, and the maple leaves are swirling around them. It's insane. That graphic was. I mean, it's going to be nice.
What else was going on with that? I'm trying to think what else was going on. So yeah, Ghost, solid. What was next? Was it Death Stranding?
Yeah, Death Stranding. Yeah.
Was it Death Stranding? So give me your take on Death Stranding.
Death Stranding definitely looks like I mean, if that's the based on the footage that they show, I mean, he's climbing, he's going across rivers, he's traversing all kinds of landscape and all kinds of different environments,
Yeah,
and obviously carrying a lot of luggage.
Yeah, a lot.
And the monster, the denizen of that world is crazy because it's invisible. And what he's he's paired up with that baby inside the, I don't know, pseudo uterus.
Yeah, right. The man-made. Yeah.
And I'm guessing that baby has it's telepathy, or it's has insight, because it actually reveals the invisible creatures.
Sam Porter preaches.
I mean, who knows? But graphically, it's a stunning game. So, I mean, you can't.
And that's true. That was one of the things that it was getting at too. Like I've noticed a lot because the baby keeps appearing. Especially like they had two other like cinematic trailers before this one, and they kept showing. I think each time there was a baby involved, like a little infant, like a newborn baby type thing going on.
Yeah, early on, I think I got confused because I thought, was that he's seeing himself, or it's what was that about? This baby, and I didn't understand the whole purpose of the baby, other than it's just about life.
Like, yeah, and two. At first, I'm like, oh, is this a walking simulator? It was just because I'm showing some of the gameplay right now, the actual gameplay section, because all they showed was if it was like a cinematic, and it was just showing them the gameplay was just guys walking, just walking through a desert, walking on the mountaintops, walking through rivers, And there's one portion where you see a guy actually like slip under the current of like the water and slips and falls, and you think like, oh man, is he about to drown or something crazy? Like, and there was also
Yeah,
that
lots of walking. It's,
there was that gross scene of well, one guy had to pull out his large toenail.
oh yeah. Like he had been walking so much, and now his toenails impacted or
It wore off.
embedded.
But yeah, people are saying I guess it's like a strategy, not a strategy, but like a stealth game. Because this is game by Hideo Kojima, which was the main producer for the Metal Gear Solid games, and he parted ways with Konami to start his own video game production company. And I guess this is the first game that they're putting out right here, and yeah, I mean it's a very beautiful game. I'm hopefully they showed a lot of walking. That's my only concern. hopefully,
Yes.
hopefully they're giving us enough like interesting things to happen.
Yeah, there's definitely, like you said, there's a stealth mode because the scene where I'm gonna say it, the woman almost to me, she's like a death figure. The whole spiky armor she's got that's animated, it moves.
Yeah,
But I don't understand her relationship with him. But she silences him at one point when the invisible denizen is near. So there's a sound that obviously you gotta. What was that movie with Krakow? The monsters that hear the sounds.
be silent. What was it?
Oh yeah, what was that?
Don't make a noise. Oh, A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. Perfect.
But then there was
yeah.
the other one with the blonde guy too from last year. What was that one? Remember the blonde guy? They were trapped in the house with the blonde guy, but his sense of hearing was like really, really good.
I missed that one. I didn't. I saw the
Yeah,
Quiet
yeah.
Place. Yeah.
There was that one as well. But hopefully there's enough. And there's nothing too that's up in the air that we don't really know. Is actually so there's walking going on, plenty of that. But one thing they didn't show was like we don't know a successful way to avoid the enemy, because the one time you see him interact with the enemy, it consumed him. Remember that? You saw the actual gameplay footage of him walking, and you see like these floating black silhouettes in the sky.
Yes.
And he tried not to make any noise, and then all of a sudden they pounced on him, and then they pulled him down like a pool of it looked
Darkness.
like
he's stuck in the darkness. Yeah, that was too much. Yeah.
So yeah, so even with that, like
So
you
what do
still
you
don't
do?
know.
Yeah, and
It doesn't
what's
show
his
you-
goal? Where is he headed?
Yeah,
He's doing a lot of walking. He obviously has some place to go. He's got a lot of ground to cover.
Those things
And
that
apparently there's climbing too, because remember he's climbing a mountain too, or cliffside.
time full fast
Yeah.
forwards,
and also it looks kind of
but it can't wash everything
apocalyptic too. Like
The past
it looks like it's not much of humanity or
I'll see
in
you
society
later.
around or anything. You know what I mean?
Sam Porter
Yeah,
Bridges.
man, the way it looks, it almost looks like he's the last man and he's got a baby.
Yeah.
That's what it is. A man with a baby.
Also, is the baby grown? You know what I mean? Or was it born in that tube?
No.
Or was it taken out of
Position.
like a woman's
Has to move before they realize.
Yeah, I'm thinking test
and
tube.
put in there? Yeah, like that's interesting too. Like, are they?
But that
are they
baby is an integral part of the game, obviously.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like the first one, or have they been like, if that's how humanity has been reproducing. I wonder that too. Like even like Norman Reedus' character, is that like how he was born? Was he born like that as well?
Good point. Yeah, good question. Yeah, it's interesting because it feels like it's like you said, it's that whole last man. We have the last of humanity, if you will. Maybe this is the last chance. And he's got to carry this baby somewhere,
Yeah.
some unknown. undisclosed location.
Also, too, I'm looking at the video right now. I'm seeing like the baby is very aware about what's going
Yeah,
on.
the baby is definitely integral to the game, and the baby.
It's a smart baby.
Yeah, the baby is.
Like he
Yeah.
mooned us at the beginning. Like he showed his ass to us at the beginning of that
Right,
clip.
right.
See that? Yeah.
And he has to slap on the little pseudo uterus thing to get him to, hey, come on, we're gonna do this. Turn around. Stop showing me your ass and let's go.
Okay. So yeah. So what's your expectation level for this? Is this something you want to check out?
It's new. It's
You-
definitely new. It doesn't follow a whole lot like The Last of Us had that.
Yeah.
It's almost like a zombie movie or that kind of thing, but it does a different thing with the what do you want to call it? If you want to call them zombies, but they're a mushroom or they're there's some fungus growing on them,
Yeah.
creating a zombie-like creature, but still kind of the same story. But this one's definitely a new creature and a new problem,
Yeah. But
an unseen problem.
speaking of zombies, next thing I want to talk about is the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Nice.
I'm a very, very big Resident Evil fan. Because I played Resident Evil on the original PlayStation. That's how I beat that one on the director's cut version. I somehow skipped over 2. I never played 2 until recently. I played it on the GameCube, and that was about, oh man, I want to say that was about like 5 years ago.
So you
That was
did
way
get
more.
a hold of like an old copy or
Yeah, I got like a used copy from like GameStop. Yeah, and yeah, I played that because I went from the first game to the third game, Code Veronica, Resident Evil 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? On right, you know what I mean?
right.
But that was like one of the games that I never got to play back when it first came out. Zero, I played Zero. I couldn't finish Zero. Zero was tough because it's one of those games where you had to control 2 people at one time. I'm like, it was ridiculous.
Right. Yeah.
And weird stuff would happen. Like you would leave the room, the other person doesn't leave the room. You got to go back in the room to get the other person. And then the environment's way too squished to try to like traverse with 2 people and fight zombies. I didn't care for Zero. That was like the prequel. You see what happens before they show up, before the I guess the Alpha team, or I can't remember, Alpha or Bravo team shows up to the mansion, and that's when the events of Resident Evil 1 takes place. But Resident Evil 2 was awesome. It introduced a whole lot of stuff. Being in the city was really cool and all that, and that's really dope. But
I personally have never finished any of those Resident Evil.
read any of them? Yeah, and you know what's
Never.
hard? It's hard because the PlayStation Plus, I want to say a couple years ago, they had re-released. No, they had the free. PlayStation Plus had released Resident Evil remake free, and so I was like, "Oh man, I got all nostalgic." I was like, "Oh, let me go back and play this." So I go back to play it, and wow, it was crazy because they kept the original controls and the camera angle, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing about the original, like the first 3 Resident Evil games, 3 or 4, is that because Code Veronica is kind of like the 4th game, whatever. They all had that camera style of like the pre-positioned cameras and stuff, and you couldn't move the cameras around, and so when you're walking, it's weird. And then when you walk, you had to like turn your body, then walk, turn, then walk. You couldn't seamlessly just walk around like that, whatever. And,
exactly.
So that made it tough. So that was hard. I tried to tell people to go back and play the original Resident Evil, and now I can't really tell people to do that because it just sucks. Like even with that remake, it was tough. But with this game, they got like the over-shoulder look. I think it's gonna have like the controls of not Resident Evil 7, which was they switched to the first-person view. But I think it's gonna have the controls of something more like Resident Evil 6, which they really really modernized, because they even like 4 and even with 5, which was on the PS3, still had bad kind of controls. You know what I mean? It had like outdated controls. But with this right here, oh my goodness, I didn't even know they was coming out with this, so it just blew my mind. I'm glad that they really really, really modernized this Resident Evil 2 game.
Yeah, you could tell in the crowd too. That was a favorite.
Yeah, and you know, at first, I thought it was because I thought it was like a roach simulator or something. Remember that? Because you start off from the perspective of what I thought was a bug.
Right, right. It's the mouse that gets crushed.
Mouse, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, is this? I was gonna be kind of excited if it was like an insect roach simulation game where you have to like
Yeah.
getting squashed or something. That's what I thought it was at first. And you find like, oh, I know, it's Resident Evil. So I was thinking like,
Yeah. Hold it.
yeah, the crowd had went nuts for this one.
Oh yeah.
And this is one thing I really like about too. With if I want to talk about theater experience, is really like when everyone there is like hardcore gamers, like really into this, like, and so when you hear them, they're all like, woo, clapping and going wild, like, you know what I mean? It really gets you even more hyped, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody got involved. It was crazy. You could feel the electricity in that one. It came off really good.
So is this something that you would pick up? Which is something that you would try this time? You know what I mean? Because it's an awesome franchise. I mean, something that you think you might be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love the playing the games. Like I said, I've never finished one, but you know, I got close. I think with 4, but you know, and I think I've even played 5, and I've had 6 as well. Never got 7, but yeah, I
And
can't say
actually,
that.
the crazy thing about as big of a fan I am, I've actually have not played through the 7th game yet because
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to get PlayStation VR and I wanted to play that through PlayStation
Yeah, the VR because it had that look of VR look to it.
Yeah. Let me get this advertisement off the screen.
Nice.
I wish I had these things queued up. Maybe it would have been easy. But yeah, I think oh man, it's hype. And the cool thing is they've been coming out with games in the month of January. That's what they did with Resident Evil 7 came out in January. So I kind of like that because my time of year where it's like you get a lot of snow, and when it snows in North Carolina, you're out. You know, you get off. That's a vacation day from work and school. So I'll give you more time to play that game.
And don't forget your birthday,
enjoy
right?
My birthday, yeah, like a week earlier. Yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So I guess the next thing I want to talk about is Kingdom Hearts. It's a game I actually have never played, but I always see people play it over the years, like on PlayStation 2 and stuff like that.
Yeah, popular game among a lot of people. You know, I've seen it too as well, but never played it.
And I like how they got like a lot of Pixar characters and stuff, and even getting into more live action stuff. Because what was cool about this one was
the pirates.
Because I think they've had on before, but yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah. And so Jack Sparrow and stuff was in there. Tangled. With Frozen. Monsters Inc. Toy Story.
I can't remember all. Yeah, what else was in there? But yeah, it was huge.
Accept the power.
Yeah. So this is a game I think I would definitely pick up, my dude. I would definitely.
Yeah, it looked like the list of characters it was huge.
Yeah, and yeah, you know what too? What I like about this now, I think you can tell. I think we're definitely getting like halfway, or you're getting towards the end of this console generation, and so you can tell like how the graphics and everything, the storytelling has really generation. Because you know how like basically, even like the first PlayStation. You go and look at some of the games that came out around that first year or two that the PlayStation first came out. There's a few good ones in there, but a lot of them, the graphics are like pretty weak. But then you go towards late 90s, early 2000s, that PS1 games were just like, look really spectacular. And then, you know, you go to PS2. They look really good, but as you go to the end of the generation, the games that come out towards the end of that life cycle are like crazy. They look like it's next gen. Then you get the PS3, And then the graphics towards the end of that generation look crazy, like ridiculous. I remember Uncharted 3.
Yeah,
and,
just leaps. The leaps are amazing. Yeah, it's
I remember,
just
with the PS4, because I think a lot of times with a lot of games that come out, like especially
I'm
ones
gonna
for
grab
PS4,
my dog again. Hang on.
especially for the PS4, a lot of the games that came out were basically remakes, remasters, or just like slightly upgraded to look better or work a little better with the PS4. But now you get to the area where, this stuff is getting like crazy, like it's getting like, because I remember they had the Order, 1886, I think it was, right? The Order.
The Order, yeah.
Yeah, that one looked incredible. That was like,
That's I think it's on sale right now as well.
yeah, that was a game I couldn't finish, man. That bored me. Oh my god, a beautiful game. But when you get to the cinematics, it's just so boring. It was weird too because it had like the widescreen look too because it had the bars up top and the bottom.
Oh yeah, the letterbox.
Yeah. But yeah, that was wild.
I was tempted to get in on that one too because I thought it was on sale, so I thought, yeah, maybe I should check it out.
Yeah,
But now
if it's
that you
like,
say, I don't want to
no, I mean,
invest in it.
it's like $5, and it's a short game too. I think it's like
Okay.
a 5 or 6 hour game. It's not even that long, but I think I got like 2 hours into it and just like. And the funny thing is about it, I thought about streaming it, but if I streamed it, people at home would have been watching me like, yo, this guy's falling asleep. Because I was definitely doing this right here, like. What? Let me go to bed now. I'd go to bed now.
Right, The Order.
Yeah. What else was there? Oh, there was that game, Control. That was another one. Remember that one? That was like the really like.
Oh, that was insane. Yeah, it's like Escher. The drawings Escher did, or Escher. Yeah, where the staircases are twisted, and oh yeah, it's just you didn't know which way it was up. It's insane.
Incredible. And that's another game too. Like I know I keep talking about graphics, but that was another game where, I mean, the graphics were just like, whoa.
Yeah, and just the gameplay alone is going to be. I mean, it's just out of the box. I mean, these guys are getting really innovative. When you think about just the idea of how they set the thing up, much like Death Stranding.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks interesting because I guess you're shooting, but I guess it's like a lot of strategy going into it because you got to not use your bending powers type thing. And that gun was crazy because the gun was like,
oh yeah, it kept flexing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like I remember back when, like levels and levels designs where everything was pretty much stationary. You didn't get a lot of dynamic things going on in the environment. You know what I mean? You might have like a bird flying around and that, but it's crazy how now with games now you got like all the plants and flowers and trees blowing around, right? And then you think about how this game, you got the ground moving, things getting broken apart, particles are flying everywhere. It's amazing how dynamic the environments are now too in games.
It has that Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange kind of feel to it. It's things just come apart and twist, and angles are changing, and you're upside down, and you're flying through, so you don't even know which way is up.
Yeah. Another thing, it's got like really stark lighting too. Like they really contrast lighting. Like it's either like a bright white with darkness, or it's a heavy red glow and dark. Like when I'm looking at this right now, it's pretty crazy, man. That's again know very little about, but
definitely interesting. Yeah.
What's something else that stuck out to you at this E3 conference right here?
I think definitely Spider-Man for sure.
Oh, Spider-Man. Didn't they end off on Spider-Man, matter of fact?
Yeah, they started. Yeah, they showed a little bit of it in the beginning, and then they ended it with it. It was It's going to be good. And they even showed gameplay. They had tested it.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Let's see here if I can pull this up, man. Yeah, man.
Just all the action, you know, and the different moves that he can do. And
Yeah.
all the, I mean, they got what? How many suits do they have for the Spider-Man?
Suits. I think it's like 32. Is it 32 suits? Or something
32.
like that?
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you could just dial in whatever you want.
And rituals.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna try to pull up some clips right here. That footage right there.
And the different types of webbing that it can do.
Oh yeah, one of the exciting ones was the one that I guess you can attach to an enemy and it could pull them somewhere.
Yeah, a tether
Yeah,
web.
yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Oh, but the storyline, this one looks like it's going to be the Sinister Six. We don't know. I guess at the very end, it's like a little cliffhanger because you don't know who that sixth person was or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. He says, "And
Look.
you." Yeah.
Which makes me think it could be
Doctor Doom.
Osborn.
Oh, Osborn. Okay.
Yeah, not Norman Osborn, but his son.
Yeah, the Green Goblin, but the
Yeah, I'm blanking on his name. Yeah, it could be him. Yeah, he could show up, or that detective cop that he's helping. What if that's her? What if she turns on him or something? I don't know.
Did you see Doctor Doom? And Doctor Doom was a part of it, wasn't he?
No, it says no. It's
Or is that's Fantastic Four? But
Sinister Six is more like his rogues gallery type stuff. So
why
it
am I
could either-
thinking?
it could be someone like a Doctor Octopus or
Right, we didn't see Doc Ock in there at all.
yeah. So
Yeah, it's Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Rhino.
I know. What else we see? Shocker.
Yeah, Shocker. Yeah. Who else?
And, oh, the Vulture.
The Vulture.
Michael-
right.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Yeah.
And you know what? Another thing I'm excited about this game is it's been a minute since I played like a really solid Spider-Man game because he's come out with a ton of games over the years. And I used to play one back on PlayStation, and I played quite a few on the PS3 generation. I had a whole bunch of them. It ranged from like the more serious ones to like one for more kiddish, more ones for everybody type of games. And
Yeah, now it's more dynamic. They can do more with him.
But yeah, he's definitely one of those games that work better in an open world environment. So I like that they're sticking with that because.
Yeah, speaking of that you were talking about that too. The cars on the ground, the cityscape, the whole New York scene.
Props, like I have to say, probably next to I think Grand Theft Auto does a really good job of that. But the city actually looks densely it looks pretty populated. Like you see people walk, like plenty of people walking. You see plenty of cars and interactions in the intersections and stuff like that. Because with a lot of games, other open world games, you see it kind of struggling to populate the world with like NPCs. You know what I mean? The non-playable characters that kind of inhabit that. People like living their everyday lives. Some games, you kind of notice it. You know what I mean? How like it lacks a little bit. Like Infamous Second Son was an example of that, where sometimes it's a large city. Sometimes you'll see cars everywhere. You go a block or two over, and there's like no cars. When you think there obviously should be cars and people around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't populate every corner.
There's another game I played. Was it called? I think it was The Mercenaries back on PS3. That was another game where it was like, it was just throwing cars at people when I guess was convenient. But yeah, it felt like there should be more lively things going on. Especially it's New York City. I mean, it needs to have.
It definitely looks like New York.
populated.
It was.
You know what I mean? It needed that. But I'm glad that it's really giving you that right there. Yeah.
I think that's what we're seeing with all these games now. Is just the mathematics alone. It's just, just the sheer volume. Think about everything that they're processing. It's insane.
Yeah, and
atmospheric.
and this too. The other thing too is like with the lack of 'cause I don't think we're getting any more Arkham games, Arkham Knight games, and if we are, I think I might have heard something about it not being made by Rocksteady, which was the ones who made like the main three trilogy games, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. Um, and uh, and if they're not making any more Arkham games, I'm not gonna play it if it's not Rocksteady because I think WB Studios had did the prequel game, which was Arkham Origins, and I couldn't finish it. It just wasn't. I started off kind of feeling it, and I got like a little bit ways into the game, and I just wasn't feeling it anymore. But I think this game right here pretty much fills the void of like where you feel like you really inhabit that character's world, and you really become Spider-Man. You know, that's what I did with Batman. Because anytime I played those Batman games, bro, I just felt like I would go around. I remember like I would go around, sneak around the house, like I would scare my girlfriend and stuff. Like she would come home, and I'd be like, "I'm Batman," and she's like, "Courtney, where are you?" I'm like, "I am the Knight." You know, I would try to scare her and stuff. And
That's a sweet impression right there.
But yeah, man, because after playing hours of it, man, you really feel like you're Batman. I think the same thing for this. You know, kind of like after playing it, man, you be really feeling like you're Spider-Man.
Yeah, Arkham
And,
Knight was definitely a really good one.
And
I
I always
think,
consider,
like you said, all three were really good.
and with Arkham City, I think might be my favorite one. Is Arkham City. And with Arkham City, man, I kind of consider that like my best, almost the best piece of Batman media that's ever been made. You know what I mean? Because you had the voice of Kevin Conroy from all the cartoons and stuff. He's got like, the perfect Batman voice. And you got Mark Hamill's Joker, right?
Oh yeah, Mark
So-
Hamill's the Joker is phenomenal.
Voice, you know, you get all the characters, you get the voice that it's used to, and then the move sets that he has, like the Donnie Yen punch and all that stuff he has, the wrestling moves you can do, the grappling, the scare tactics that you can employ. It really allows you can pick how you want to go about completing a mission, and I really enjoyed that. And it really gives you a sense of like you really become Batman. You interacting with all his enemies and Commissioner Gordon. It's a lot of stuff, but yeah, you really feel like you're Batman. And I
Yeah.
think with you're gonna get this.
I did, yeah, like the takedowns and the
Mhm.
stealth moves and stuff. That was cool. And
Oh,
tether, you tether you have the grappling hook. You tether it, and you do the tightrope drop down and take out a bad guy. That was sweet.
Oh, nothing too. I like this too. Is like if you're on top of a skyscraper or a high building, I don't think you can kill an enemy not even accidentally, because even if you knock an enemy off, I think a building, the game knows Spider-Man knows to catch him or hit him with some webbing so that he doesn't fall to his death. Did you notice that?
Yeah, definitely. It was.
Yeah, it's like he's fighting him. If he hits him on off like the rooftop, you automatically web them up so they don't like fall to their death. So yeah.
Yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
he webbed everybody up. Yeah, it's that we're not gonna kill anybody.
Yeah, man. So that was like one of the highlights, and of course, that's coming out in September. But there was a few other games. Just to kind of wrap this up, I guess, because we're going like 44 minutes into this. But one of the other things too that was pretty crazy was
That doesn't sound good.
there was a few games in there that I'm not sure what was really going on with them, but they also look kind of cool too. You know what I mean? I don't know. They are.
What was the one that where you create the world? It was.
Dreams. Was it
Dreams. Yeah. That's
Yo, that looks really good. Media Molecule, I believe. The people who make Little Big Planet. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, you know what was missing? We didn't see Spyro. I don't think they didn't show nothing about Spyro, because I know are they doing Spyro the Dragon remake or remaster for the trilogy?
Yeah, they didn't show Fallout either, but I don't know.
I didn't see that, but yeah, Fallout had its own thing through Bethesda. They
Right.
had their thing. They're showcasing on Sunday.
Yeah, but the Spyro, yeah, right. That dragon's supposed to have its own.
Another thing I was kind of shocked about is why aren't they coming out with Crash Bandicoot Racing? Because Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, they came out with that, and that was one of the big games that came out for them. And so I was kind of shocked. I'm like, okay, they're going to do, they're going to remake the Crash Bandicoot Go Kart Racing, and
Why?
they didn't come out with it. I mean, come on, like everyone likes a good arcade racer, my dude. Like, because especially with Nintendo having,
Mario Brothers, yeah.
yeah, you know, what I mean, people enjoy that kind of stuff, and bringing back nostalgia and stuff of Crash Bandicoot and introducing that character to like the next generation. I'm trying to figure out like why they didn't do that, because I thought it'd be a simple thing to put out. You know what I mean? They could have did it
Right, they already have the program.
People-
out.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's a little weird, but maybe they might do that next after Spyro or whatever. And then another I was shocked about is that they didn't give us more release dates. I thought they were going to give us the Last of Us 2 release date. I was pretty sure. I'm thinking, okay, now this year they're going to give us some sort of release date for it. But
Right, you get the working title. What was that? What was one of the trailers we saw? It was working title. Or this game is not
yeah, I can't
completed. Yeah, there was some disclaimer down below.
I'm kind of blanking out on some of that stuff in the middle.
Yeah, what was that? That was the guy wakes up and
Oh no! That was
what was that?
you're right. He's got to solve a murder.
Yeah, it's like L.A. noir kind of feel to it.
Yeah. But yeah. Can't remember the name. It's got a really generic but kind of cool name, but I couldn't remember. But yeah. Yeah.
Time to Google it.
Yeah, right. But I like how they really took the time with this E3. Instead of having like they usually showcase like a ton of games, you know what I mean? But instead of doing that, they just focused on really just the games that they showed. They really tried to make sure they really showed a lot of it, like really showed the gameplay, really showed the cinematics.
Yeah, the cinematics and the gameplay.
Always,
It's an exclusive club.
yeah, let you know, like, look, man. But it was made you think, like, okay, I'm thinking, oh shoot, they're gonna say, oh, this game is coming out real soon, blah blah blah. But yeah, they didn't show like a lot of release dates like I thought they would for these games, because a lot of these games they focus on this year, they showed last year. So I'm thinking, okay, now you'll start getting into the dates. I thought at least for Last was 2 or maybe Death Stranding, because I've heard a few reports that that was getting close to being done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you're right. There was a lot more content last year, I think.
yeah,
And this year was a little less, like you said, it was didn't focus on dates. Just kind of give you a little bit of taste here and there. I mean, beautiful graphics. So
the other thing too is I think a lot of companies now are doing their own press conference thing, like at E3. So that's why it's kind of divvied up like that too now.
Got it. Yeah, like why we didn't see
Square Enix, Ubisoft always does their own thing, but EA, you know what I mean? So everyone's drawing more heavily in their own, like the developers are getting to their own space there and trying to do their own thing. So I think that's why you're seeing less and less of like, stuff at, so that's why it allows PlayStation has to focus on their exclusives. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, my dude. Oh shoot. Damn. It's almost been an hour. So 49 minutes in. But yeah, man, thanks for
I thought this was a
doing this video with me, my dude.
It was my pleasure.
Stop this
Yeah.
guy.
All right, so what do you want to tell the people? Matter of fact, since you're here, I'm gonna
Pre-order Spider-Man.
switch it over to you, my dude. Tell them something about you, man. He's a painter, matter of fact, he's an artist, illustrator.
Nobody ever takes me up on that.
He's got a good 30 years into advertising industry.
Yep, definitely a lot of years in advertising, and found out that we're better off without it.
But no, tell them about your painting back there because you got your painting back
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah. I have a painting here, and you can see it's a dog. I have lots of pets that run around here, distracting me.
But nah, he's not really okay. I'm gonna sell you to the people. Okay, all right.
There you go.
This
I like
guy,
that.
is an incredible artist, and he really likes to focus on pet paintings of cats and dogs. And he does like a lot of commissions, so people commission him paintings of their pets, you know, either living or deceased, whatever. And he'll do paintings. He does other stuff too. People he can there's drawings, a lot of stuff. He's a very well all around artist. You can do computer art, Illustrator, um, Photoshop. Is that what I'm thinking of? Adobe Illustrator? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Illustrator, yeah, Adobe Illustrator.
yeah. Photoshop, painting, sculpting,
See, I couldn't have said it
pen,
better.
pen, pen and ink, pencil, acrylic.
Sharpened popsicle stick. I mean, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's the guy. So I'm gonna try to I'm gonna link you in the description, man, so people can see like your Instagram and stuff like that, man, and check you out. Um,
It's an exclusive club.
but yeah, man.
Thank
Uh,
you. I appreciate that. And it's been a pleasure hanging
yeah.
out with your people, the
All right.
audience.
Hey, man, maybe we should do another video again next week, man.
Definitely,
We'll do another
definitely.
video. It took us a while to get this setup right here to figure out how to get this like I don't even know. I didn't know if it would even work or not. I just figured it would, but how to
It's
get
gonna be
this
smoother next time.
Google
We'll be ready. We'll be fresh
uh,
then.
We don't have to
actual
if you don't want to.
um, streaming software I'm using and stuff. But I figured it out, and I have a better setup next time, a little more prep. But hey, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. We do like a weekly thing for this, but that'd be kind of dope.
It's nice. It worked out really well too.
Yeah, we need to come up with like a name for like a weekly show.
I think that's a concept. We'll have to think about that one. I just have all these crazy thoughts coming to my mind, but no, it's I have to like discuss them in private first.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, man. So that's Don Ron, and
My man, Darth Cadis.
if you're still watching, thank you for hanging with us, man. Subscribe, man. I got plenty of more stuff coming through. You know, I just like doing this, man. Just like having fun with it, man. Just either talking about games or it's Magnus, Tyrone Magnus. Um, well, you can't see what I see, but
Yeah, yeah, but I know he's plugged in.
I really yeah, I like doing this. Like, so I want to keep doing more um streaming and playing video games over the summer. You know what I'm saying? Do some more stuff. While working on some more music and stuff like that. But yeah, man.
Yeah, you should sell that too. That's another portion that we haven't talked about.
Yes.
The music.
All right, yeah, man. So yeah, we out of here, man. We out of
Okay,
here.
next episode we're gonna focus on that.
All right. So yeah. Peace. Darth Cadis. I'm out of here. Peace.